Hello, good afternoon, and welcome back to my channel. Now, e-scooter tragedy. Mama boy 14 who killed a veteran of the age of 81 years of age in an e-scooter crash is charged with manslaughter after multiple risk warnings. So, the mum has been charged with involuntary manslaughter after handing her 14-year-old son a deadly weapon, as basically put it to her very bluntly, that led to the death of a Vietnam War veteran. And the guy's name was Ed Ashman, 81 years of age, was walking home from EI Toro High School, where he worked as a substitute teacher, when an e-motorcycle smashed into him. Ashman was critically injured and died in hospital 2 weeks after the crash. He was a Vietnam veteran, and besides that, behind the wheel of this Saran bike was Tommy Joe Measure's son, who was doing wheelies outside the school when he hit the elderly man. The teenager fled the scene before the orange warning sign was lifted. Obviously, the Gardaí arrived. Ashman was critically injured and died on Thursday, more than 2 weeks after the incident. County court told Spitzer, said in a statement, this mother essentially handed her 14-year-old son a deadly weapon, and despite multiple warnings of the dangers, continued to let him illegally ride an e-motorcycle until he finally killed someone. So the mother is now facing multiple charges following the incident. The scene of the crash near the school where the elderly veteran worked as a substitute teacher. The prosecutors say the woman was warned about letting her son illegally ride the e-motorcycle before the crash multiple times. Hours after, she was seen on body-worn camera telling Gardaí basically that neither she nor her teenage son own a Saran or have access to one, meaning e-scooter. Obviously, the war hero, the veteran who survived flying combat missions overseas, could not survive walking across the street in that county because of a 14-year-old child who was allowed to ride an e-motorcycle that he should not have been riding in the first place, and not of legal age. This is a tragedy for the family of Ed Ashman and for everyone who loved a man who committed himself to country and his community, and it is a tragedy for our society that we have gotten to a point where parents are refusing to hold their children and themselves accountable for endangering the lives of other people. So, in conclusion to that, if parents are going to hold their children accountable, then there's going to have to be parents accountable for hurting and killing innocent people while riding illegal motor vehicles under the legal age. So, initially charged with child endangerment accessory after the fact of the crime, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, loaning a motor vehicle to an unlicensed driver, and providing false information to a peace Gardaí officer. The mother's charges were later upgraded to involuntary manslaughter, child endangerment accessory after the fact to a crime, contributing to the delinquency of a minor child, providing false information to a police officer, a Gardaí officer, and an infraction for permitting an unlicensed child under the age of 18 to handle a e-scooter vehicle. So, if she is convicted on all accounts, she could now face a maximum sentence of 7 years and 8 months in prison, basically. A GoFundMe was set up to cover the veteran's medical and funeral expenses. He has been remembered for his years in the services in the military and for serving our country with respect and honor and with pride. Away from his military service, he was described as a devoted husband and father of three and a proud grandfather. To the students at the school, Ashman is a familiar and friendly face. The tribute was added, he is a man who chose to spend his retirement years mentoring and supporting the next generation. So, mothers and fathers, families, parents, if you have children, just be aware, legal age, 18, not under. There's a lot of vulnerable people out there, veterans, elderly, disabled, people with all kinds of disabilities. So just be more diligent. Educate your children and make them understand regardless. Because this country's getting to a point where it's just getting worse and worse. And we really have to teach our children better. So, in regards to that upsetting story, please like, subscribe, and I'll be more than happy to upload more content. For now, thank you and goodbye.